Quick note before we start. I am not a financial advisor. Everything I share here is my personal experience and opinion. Please do your own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making any financial decisions. I asked my friend a simple question. How much did you spend last month? He thought about it for a second. Probably around $3,000, he said. Maybe $3,200. How much do you spend on your house payment, food, or shopping? I pulled up his bank account. He had just connected it to a budgeting app. $5,400 was his total spend. He was off by over $2,000. And he had no idea. Here's the thing. My friend is smart. He has a good job. He's not irresponsible. He just had never actually looked. And when I've asked this question to other people who earn good money, people who care about their finances, most of them are in the same situation. They know roughly what they earn. They have a general sense of their big expenses. But the actual number, the real picture of what comes in and what goes out every single month, most people have never seen it. And that gap, the space between what you think you spend and what you actually spend, is the reason most people never build the wealth they're capable of. So that's where we're starting. Not with investing, not with stocks, not with retirement accounts. We're starting at the very beginning. Because you cannot build a house without a foundation. And you cannot build financial security without knowing your numbers. I want to be direct with you about something. Almost every personal finance resource starts with investing. Open a Roth IRA. Buy index funds. Maximize your 401k. And those things are genuinely important. We're going to cover all of them in this series. But if you don't know what you earn, what you spend, and where your money actually goes every month, none of that advice will work for you. You'll open the account. You'll make one contribution. Then a big expense will hit. You won't have the money. You'll stop. I've watched this happen. I have a friend, genuinely high earner, dual income household, who couldn't figure out why they had nothing left at the end of the month. We sat down together, built out a simple income and expense tracker. In 45 minutes, we found over $800 a month in subscriptions, memberships, and recurring charges they had completely forgotten about. They each had Amazon Prime memberships they weren't aware of. A lot of duplication of expenses that nobody had noticed. $800 every month. That's nearly $10,000 a year disappearing silently. Knowing your numbers doesn't just help you budget. It gives you power. Power to make real decisions, not guesses. Power to find money you didn't know you had. Power to actually start building something. So let's start. Step 1 is knowing exactly what you earn. This sounds obvious, it's not. Most people know their salary number, their gross income. The number in their job offer letter. But that's not the number that matters for your financial life. What matters is your net income. The actual dollars that land in your bank account after taxes, health insurance, retirement contributions, and everything else your employer takes out. Here's a real example. Someone earning $100,000 a year, a number that sounds like a lot, might take home somewhere between $62,000 and $70,000 after federal taxes, state taxes, and benefits. That's roughly $5,500 to $5,800 a month to actually live on. If you're budgeting based on your gross income, you're planning with money you don't have. So your first task is simple. Look at your last 3 bank deposits from your employer. Add them up. Divide by 2. That is your actual monthly take-home income. If you have a spouse or partner who contributes to household expenses, add their take-home as well. Write that number down. It's the foundation of everything we're going to build. Now the harder part. Your expenses. Most people can list their big fixed expenses without much trouble. Rent or mortgage. Car payment. Maybe a student loan. But those are only one part of your spending picture. The real money leak, the thing that surprises almost everyone when they first look, is in the variable and recurring expenses. Subscriptions you forgot you're paying for. Dining out that adds up to $400 a month before you notice. The gym membership you haven't used since February. The software tool you signed up for during a free trial 2 years ago. I want to break expenses into 3 simple categories. Category 1, fixed non-negotiables. These are the things that don't change month to month. Mortgage or rent, car payment, insurance, loan payments. Write these down. They are your floor. Category 2, variable necessities. These change month to month, but are genuinely necessary. Groceries, gas, utilities, medical co-pays. These need to be tracked, but they also have natural limits. Category 3, discretionary spending. Restaurants, entertainment, shopping, subscriptions, travel. This is where most of the surprise money hides. Not because you're irresponsible, but because modern life is designed to make this spending invisible. Auto renewals, bundle packages, buy one get one upgrades. The only way to see it is to actually look. And that means pulling up 3 months of bank and credit card statements and going through them. Not forever, just once to get the real picture. Most people find things that genuinely shock them. I have yet to do this exercise with someone who didn't find at least 2 or 3 things they had forgotten about. Now let's talk tools. Because doing this manually, pulling statements, building spreadsheets, is how most people start. And if you want to do it that way, there is nothing wrong with it. A simple Google Sheet or Excel file where you enter your income and categorize your expenses is completely effective. But if you want a faster, more complete picture, there are apps that connect directly to your bank accounts and credit cards and pull everything together automatically. Let me walk you through the main ones. The first one I want to mention is Credit Karma. I personally use Credit Karma as my primary aggregation tool. You connect your bank accounts, credit cards, and loans, and it gives you a single dashboard view of your complete financial picture. You can see your net worth, track your spending by category, monitor your credit score, and see all your accounts in one place. It's free. No subscription required. The second major option is Empower, previously known as Personal Capital. Empower is particularly strong if you have investment accounts. It connects your brokerage and retirement accounts alongside your banking, so you get a true net worth picture that includes your investments. The core features are free, though they do have a paid wealth management service they'll try to sell you. You don't need that. The free version is excellent. There's also Unab, you need a budget. Unab takes a more active approach to budgeting. Instead of just tracking what happened, it asks you to intentionally allocate every dollar before you spend it. It's powerful for people who really want to get hands-on with their money. The trade-off is that it requires more time and attention. And it costs about $14 a month. And then there's the simple spreadsheet, no app, no connection, full privacy. You enter everything manually. If data privacy is your top concern, and I'll get to that in a moment, this is the right choice for you. It takes more time, but you own your data completely. Now I want to address something most personal finance channels don't talk about. Data privacy. When you connect your bank accounts to any of these apps, you are giving that company access to your financial data. That's real, and it's worth thinking about before you connect anything. Here's what actually happens when you connect an app like Credit Karma or Empower. They use a service, typically Plaid or Finicity, that acts as a secure bridge to your bank. They don't see your login credentials directly, but they do see your transaction history, account balances, and sometimes more. What do they do with that data? Credit Karma uses your financial data to show you targeted product offers. That's their business model. They show you credit card offers, loan offers, and insurance products that match your financial profile. In exchange, you get the aggregation service for free. Empower uses your data similarly, and they'll try to upsell you to their wealth management service. Is this a problem? That's genuinely a personal decision. My personal view is this. For me, the value of having a complete picture of my finances in one place outweighs the trade-off of the data being used for targeted offers. I use Credit Karma specifically because it gives me that complete aggregated view quickly and easily. It also gives me my credit score from the top 2 credit bureaus for free, with the score updated daily or weekly. So you can see the trend and understand what is causing your credit score to go up or down. I get both the credit score and my full finance snapshot split into multiple categories. But I understand that's not the right choice for everyone. If you have concerns about privacy, the right answer is the spreadsheet. It's not as convenient, but you own every piece of your data. Nothing is shared. Nothing is sold. And honestly, for the purpose of just understanding your income and expenses, a spreadsheet works perfectly well. The tool matters less than the habit. Pick the one you'll actually use. Before we go, I want to give you 3 concrete things to do this week. Not this month. This week, step 1. Find your actual take-home income. Look at your last 3 bank deposits from your employer. Average them. If you have a partner who contributes to household expenses, add theirs. Write that number down, step 2. Pull up the last 3 months of your bank and credit card statements. Go through them. Look for anything that surprises you. Look specifically for recurring charges, subscriptions, memberships, anything auto-renewing. You will find things you forgot about. Almost everyone does. Step 3. Pick a tool and connect your accounts. Credit Karma if you want the easiest free option. Empower if you have investment accounts you want to track. Spreadsheet if privacy is your priority. Any of them works. What doesn't work is doing nothing. I've put together a free budget starter template at Prentivo.com. It's a simple, clean spreadsheet that walks you through exactly this process. Link is in the description. Next week, we're going to go deeper. I'll walk you through building your first real budget using what you've discovered this week. Not the generic 50-30-20 rule that doesn't actually work for real life. A real system that fits complicated lives with mortgages, kids, and irregular expenses. See you then. If this was useful, please subscribe. This series has 14 episodes, and they build on each other. By the time we're done, you'll have a complete financial system, from knowing your numbers all the way through building real wealth with dividends, index funds, and tax-advantaged accounts. We go 1 episode at a time. 1 step at a time. That's how you actually build something. See you next week.